Ladies and gentlemen, back in the house, special edition, limited edition, some people might say, episode of The Dirt. Hopefully we'll get back around to doing a few more episodes. There's been a few changes, some middle-aged changing going on in the studio. Notice the change behind us, downgraded the studio, made it a little bit more streamlined, taking us into the new year of 2026. So I am privileged to have with me tonight the wonderful James Wanklin, Sonnie Dibben, and a slightly hungover Ash Mulholland, as I've just been informed behind the scenes there.
That's in a natural state, though, let's be fair.
Welcome to Trampa.
Yeah, baby.
We got Sunday morning British champs Ash here at the moment.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Nice. Sonnie, it looks like you're still at bloody work at this time of night. Fair play to you, Bridget, putting in the hard time and work and effort.
Never leave, mate.
Never leave. And James, well, I can see all them trophies behind you. There's a few more new ones gone in there this year, eh, boy?
Nice new one at the top there, big blue one.
Yeah, Roy. Congratulations, my man. Congratulations. Hey, well, congratulations to everyone on a stonking season this year. I haven't done a season roundup yet, but maybe this is a good opportunity and a spur on to do a little season roundup in the lead up towards Christmas. But we are here to chat about one thing, well, a couple of things really. A new addition to the team Trampa there, as said by Sonnie. Welcome to the team, Ash Mulholland.
Nice.
Yeah, congratulations on that, brother. Oh,
Very much.
a long time frickin' coming, I might add. A long
Quite
time.
a shock to myself as well, yeah. Quite a shock, to be honest. It's an honour, it's a privilege.
Well, on behalf of the UK Mountainboarding fraternity, it's nice to see, man. It's really fucking nice to see. And worthy, man. You're putting the real hard work and effort into your riding over the last couple of years especially, and it's paid dividends and shows. Am I wrong, gents?
No, all those blowjobs he's been giving me's paid off finally.
all the crashes to go with it, then that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, well done to you on the blozzers and the sick tricks in tree.
There's more to come, believe me, there's more to come.
Well, I'm excited. But the meat and potatoes of the episode, surely, gents, is the three of you on a collaborative deck, just been released in the last couple of days. Got my order in this evening, but it is in. Yeah, I'm excited to get my grubby little mitts on one. I can't wait to smell it, to run my nose up and down it, and really, yeah. The rest we'll say is unsafe for.
Now that you've said that, Sonny is definitely going to put some stuff on your board before he sends it.
I wouldn't do that, James. I don't do things like that, mate.
No, just to me, yeah.
You're not alone. If I take off the lid of this Trampa electric board here, there is all manner of little scribblings and scrawlings from loads of different people over the years. None of them fit for viewing on here, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So tell us a little bit about it. We seem to have lost Ash.
Yeah, he's rejoining now.
But yeah, tell us, this has been a long time coming. Obviously, Trampa have never really moved away from their sort of carbon Kevlar weave before. I mean, there have been a couple of forays and experimentation decks over the years, but nothing has ever really come out. It's not had a need to. They've been unbreakable, they've been durable, and they've stood the test of time, especially in places like higher fleets and stuff where they are just, like I say, indestructible. But we've got a new dawn, a new era, some might say, of the Trampa product line. There have been a couple of, I take back my words, there have been forays into wood before, haven't they, on the electric boards? Is this right, Sonny?
No,
No. What was the
No.
carve? Wasn't there a carve board or something with some wood ply and a decker?
Their cardboards were made from Holy Pro decks or cut down Holy Pro decks of the same material.
Oh,
yeah.
You did a wood one like really recently, electric, didn't you?
No.
No, not the one that with Jolly filming didn't have wood in it.
Jolly film. Oh shit! Yeah, sorry. Yeah. That's
I thought for a moment, shit.
No,
Have I
that's not
seen
a
something up
mountain
at Trampa Towers, and then I'm like just blurting this out, like, fuck.
no, but that's not a mountain board. That's like an
No,
electric
exactly.
longboard. But yeah,
Yeah, but certainly the first foray into or a released board.
yeah. That one's bamboo, but it's not like our electric mountain board. It's got So you know you've got a cell pack on yours, haven't you, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one's got like the cells underneath, but it's 14S and it is well heavy. So like, if we were to put a twin text deck on that made out of Trampa material, which originally was the plan, it'd just be so heavy. So we
Right.
just save a bit of weight by just doing a 3-ply bamboo.
Got you. So yeah, a nice looking deck and a little roll around up in the HQ. I think when I was last up there on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have seen the boards in the flesh on the hill from you guys. I haven't yet ride one, despite the offer for a little roll. But that will save for when I get one complete
Yeah.
in front of me. Tell us, how did this come about then? How on earth have you managed to get Ted to go along and take a little diversion from the original Trampa design?
Same way Ash convinced me to let him on the team. No, it's just well, I left Trampa. Well, I don't know how long I've been back at Trampa for now, because I was obviously working left for like a year and a half. I've been back. What was it? July, August, September, October, November. A year and 5 months I've been back, and pretty much since I've come back, I've just pushed and pushed and pushed for it. And we're getting low on decks here anyway. I mean, there's probably about 200 on the shelf here, but all different. Like, people only really buy 17 and 18 ply tramper boards now, unless they're buying like kite boards and things like that. So we're kind of running low on them. We've got a lot of material with our supplier in Holland still. So they are going to be available still, but just, I don't know. And as well with like being really involved in the mountain boarding scene, like I've been able to push it, and I've been able to, like, Ted's recaptured a bit of love for the mountain boarding scene as well for it all. So like it wasn't that hard to push the idea to him this time around. Whereas 3-4 years ago, when we weren't, because let's be honest, like, we've not really been a massive part of the mountain boarding scene in the last like 5 or 6 years. And we've just really been like electric because it's kept us in business. Just to sell mountain boards isn't enough to keep a company afloat, really. But we've made really good business through the electric scene, and I think Ted just didn't really see much of a future in the in mountain boarding for us anyway, because people weren't really interested in riding our decks and stuff. Because I mean, when I first started mountain boarding, or like a couple of years after I started, it was like 50-50 Trampa, like so many people were riding the Trampa. And I think when I came back to mountain boarding in 2017 after like a 7-year break, there's just like nobody riding them. Everybody was on other stuff. I mean, we've been sponsoring parts only riders for like the last, I don't know, I think, when did you come off of a Trampa, James?
Well, I think I joined the team in like 2011, 2012 maybe.
Yeah.
And then I came off when I got the collab, because as soon as I rode Cody's prototype, I was like, damn, this just makes sense. And
Yeah.
so that must have been 2016, 2017, I reckon.
Yeah. I think I had my old Holy Pro to about 2020. And then we made, so this is like the first inroads of any kind of different change in the deck we had. Me and Eamon had one each. and they were like super wide, but they were still really heavy. That was like the main issue with them. But one had a layer of fiberglass in it, and one had a layer of carbon fiber in it. But they didn't really like. They still weren't any better or any different from mountain boarding, really. And I've stopped riding mine. I mean, James gave me his old collab, and that was when I stopped riding mine in like late 2021. And so basically, no one's been on one, and we just thought it's time to try and get people back on it. The mountain boarding scene is starting to flourish again, especially over in Europe. And there's a lot more people. I don't know. I feel like, to me, the mountain boarding scene is, I can't say coming back because of how big it was. Like all of us have seen it at its height, haven't we? Like, so can't say coming back, but it's definitely having at least a small resurgence. Like, so, yeah, we just thought put something out, get something together, and yeah, just make a performance level deck. We will try and make it into an electric, but it has not been designed to be electric.
No, I think as well. I think the old decks, as Dan said, being so indestructible, they really can support the weight of the electric stuff for a long period of time. Sure,
Yeah.
wood core deck can. So I feel like even if you don't electrify the LTD deck, you've still got those decks for the electrics, and then decks for your pro. It works.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, as an electric deck, that flex and the bounce in there works so well over terrain. But is that what you want on a downhill board in the modern way, in the modern world, and the modern sort of style of riding, for want of a better term? There aren't many people out there pushing the free ride boundaries anymore, in the same way that like the no snow crew were back in the day, and people would go and take no snows and put Trampa decks on them because they know, those sorts of days, and they're trying to get down insane slopes with big boulders the size of heads and stuff. Like, it's the sport has transitioned more to sort of not completely saline or sanitary riding, but we like smoother environments. Nice and a groomed park, whether that be dirt or even skate parks and so on and so forth. It just makes life a little bit not easier, but when you're trying to progress on anything, you don't want to be worrying about the terrain that you're going over. And yeah, the sport generally seems to have moved towards that style of riding a bit, which is fantastic. And the boards are reflecting that. We can get away with much stiffer boards, much more responsive boards that give you real-time feedback to your feet, rather than a slight delay in the twists and turns that were once the fashion in boards. I'm super excited by it. I'm super excited. How talk to me. So we've managed to float the idea to Ted. You've got that by him, and he's gone with it, and you're now running with the ball there. How does one go about designing a industry professional level board and taking it through to getting it made up? What's that sort of process look like?
Right, so at that point in time, we had Hamish working for us. He's left now; he's not with Trampa anymore. But was our design engineer basically. So me and him sat down, floated a load of ideas around of what we wanted. We did look at previous mountain board decks, because me and Hamish, we're skateboarders. We got no fucking clue about mountain boarding, and mountain board decks seem to be based more off of snowboarding than skateboarding. So we looked at like snowboard construction. We looked at all different types of woods that snowboards use and everything, and we really wanted to try and model it more on snowboarding than skateboarding, which isn't exactly what happened, because you had a skateboarder having his influence into it, but then other elements came into it as well that aren't skateboarding or snowboarding. James had a big influence in it from longboarding, and things he wanted that he took from longboarding into it. So it's a deck that's a combination of lots of different sports and all the things that we want and like from those sports, trying to put into a mountain board deck. But the first thing we did was Hamish built up a design. We picked a length. We didn't pick a width or anything. We just picked a length that we wanted of the deck. And then technology is 2025. Well, 2024 then. We 3D printed one. 3D printed a whole deck.
Nice.
And we made all little, so we wanted like underfoot concave and things like that. And we just 3D printed a deck. If we didn't like it, we'd just change things, print another one until we found the perfect shape that we wanted and that we liked. And we were pretty keen on getting that right before, because molds are like really expensive, and we didn't want to have make a shit design where we don't really know too much what we're doing, and then we paid like $5,000 for a mold, and then you fuck it up, so then you've got to pay $5,000 for another mold, and it just becomes more and more expensive, and then in the end you're losing money. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we 3D printed, found like a really good shape that felt nice under the feet. Obviously, you can't ride it down a hill, but you can pretty much you can feel it. You know when like you step on a skateboard, you know if it's the right shape for you. Like I know I don't like flip skateboards, for instance, because they've got too much concave and they're a little bit skinny. But if I step onto a Plan B skateboard, I know that's the right shape for me. So like we took that, and then we like messaged a few companies, and we went and visited a snowboard company kind of down near Bugs, Evesham or Evesham, I don't know how it's pronounced. Like, yeah, it's kind of close to Bugs. We went down there and I had my Dylan Warren free, and I had my hero, well, match hero that he'd lent me, and we took him down, and we were basically finding out what it would take to make a mold, and if they could make a mold from this shape. And he didn't tell us to fuck off, but he basically told us he would need to cut my board in half and then do all this other shit. And I was like, no, look, you ain't cutting my board in half, mate. I need to ride my board. Do you know what I mean? And then, so that kind of came to a bit of, I mean, he was quite positive about it, but also not that keen at the same time. So I just let Hamish go loose, and he found a company that were willing to make it for us. They make ski poles, snowboards, skis, all winter sports equipment. They looked
As
really
most of the snowboard or ski companies do. They're all
exactly, yeah. And yeah, just honestly, they've been such a good company to work with.
Mhm.
Anything I've asked for, they just do. And I haven't even had to say, obviously, like I say, I've not got that much knowledge of construction, so I've relied on them a lot to help out. And if I've said, oh, it needs to be stiffer, they were like, okay. They'll come back to me a week later. They'll say, blah, blah, we've done this and this and this and this, and it's now stiffer. And they've got like some crazy machines. I sent you a video, didn't I, James, where they were testing the stiffness with this machine with pressure that pushes the deck down, like
bending it.
yeah,
like proper stress testing the deck.
exactly, yeah.
Nice.
The Ashback.
It's looking like.
Hey.
Going back. But it looks like the the microphone may be muted. I can see a little red line across his mic.
Probably because he's been being sick in the toilet. He can't talk very well now.
It looks like he can hear us at least. He can do some sign language or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we went through this process of finding the supplier that we wanted, and then from there it was just we had 3 prototypes made to start off with, all different weights, all with different woods, and they sent them all to us, and they were all shit. Not shit, but like they were all made. They were like so bendy. So then, like I said, oh, just make it stiffer. I don't know what to do to make it stiffer. I said just find a way to make it stiffer, and they did. They told me everything they'd done. And then they showed me them doing it on the machine and everything. And then I think it took, so we had the 3 prototypes that came all at once. We had 1 prototype that was like, it was okay, but it was a bit heavy. We had another one come that was really heavy. And then we had the final prototype, which I rode through all of last season and a lot of this season as well.
Nice.
And yeah, that was it basically. And then after that, I let James have a little go on it. He got on it, front flipped the big jump at Bugs on like his 3rd run, and it's just like, yeah, that's the one. Like, so It's a relatively simple process, made simple by help from the company.
Nice. So how did you guys, James and Ash? It looks like you're unmuted now on my computer there, Ash.
Back in the room.
How did you guys come to? What was your sort of roles and inputs into this developing project?
Well, Sonnie first messaged me, I think it was beginning of the year, to talk about the shape, or it might have been end of last year, about, you know, if I was designing it, what sort of thing would I want? And as he mentioned, my sort of main thing was I just thought about from longboarding, some of the turns and some of the stand-up slides and some of the sharp things that you can do on a longboard with no bindings whatsoever is so much more responsive than any mountain board that I've been on, and that's without binding. So a lot of your turning and your movement on a mountain board is just your binding posts pulling your trucks, and it's not actually as much response from your feet itself. And so what I wanted, which you've got, was a lot more foot width and the concave sort of pulling up where your feet and your heels are, so that it's not just the binding posts pulling your trucks. You are getting that feedback from your feet like you do on a longboard, and that just from riding the prototype with LA on Pro, you could just feel how responsive it is for having both of those sort of pulling at it. So that was my main input into sort of the design of it, and then tested out the 3D printed one when we were in Forest Dean, just to feel what the foot plates were like and the width, and then after that it was riding the prototype at Bugs. But straight away, as Sonnie said, like literally within 15 minutes, I was riding it like it was a board that I'd ridden all season. And it was the same in LA with the actual board. It felt super comfortable, super easy. So you know that everything's working how you want it to, because you don't have to spend days and days trying to get comfy.
And yeah, so it must have been quite the move away from the Hero to the Trampa there, or to the new prototype. Nice to see you repping the complete head to toe Trampa again. It's been a while. So Ash, new boy to the team, and welcome back to the conversation here, by the way.
Thank you very much. Don't know what happened there.
How did who walks onto a team and then 2 weeks later walks away with a collab on a pro model?
I do, apparently.
I don't think even the great Dylan Warren with three pro models to his name now did that in the first hour.
Yeah.
But,
no, like I say, it's an honour. Well, I mean, I've not had too much input in this deck as far as construction and things. The graphics and a signature is kind of my on my third, which has been my input on it. And then, as Sonnie had asked me to ride and things, I suppose going back to what James has just been saying of this deck, it is second to none. This year, I've changed boards maybe 3 times. I've always been on the MBSs, the thinner foot plates, and my toes and heels have always been off a deck. Always have been. And knowing that this trip was coming to France, I was very nervous about just stepping onto a new board, having no time because of the season, the time of year it is, to get used to this board. But again, pretty much instantly on the first session I went to Asylum with Sonnie, I could instantly connected with it. You could feel the weight distribution in spins. I was throwing tricks which I wouldn't necessarily normally do within the in the foam pit. So even just flat threes were just kind of happening naturally, just so much easier. The pop on it is great. You really can do what you want as far as popping goes, and you can really push it quite hard as well, but still be in control. It's kind of, for me, I've rode a Trampa. It was a 1735 years ago, and I feel like it's got a similarity to the old original Trampa pop. Now, it was very poppy, was the old The 35-17 pliers, they were really, really poppy, but not in necessarily the right ways, I always thought. So that's why I never really rode on them. But this has got that kind of feeling to it as well, but you're completely in control. And like I say, it's instantly got on with this deck. And then, like James says, the free riding on it, the slides, the turns, the being able to put it where you want, and it just reacts and it doesn't over grip and buck you too much. You've just got that full, complete control over this board. It's blown my mind, to be honest, because like I say, I've not managed to find exactly the deck this year I could get onto, and this has just instantly clicked.
Yeah, well, that's nice thing, because, like, so you have swapped about over the years, and as you said, a lot this season, and you have always seemed to prefer a shorter, skinnier board and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is great to see you stepping up to a big boys board a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, I mean, I was riding a kite board earlier on in here.
Ali B, shout out Ali B.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's nice. Another thing for myself. It's no disrespect to any other companies and that. It's just going back onto springs has made a lot more. And again, I didn't realise how good springs were. For me personally, I've always done springs up until the new, the came out, and back on springs again is just great feeling.
Excellent. What was I going to say? It must be of note that, like you say, the graphics there have been mostly fallen with you guys. Hello?
He's
Well
back.
done.
Oh man. Well, apparently my connection is unstable, and I also got a warning there, gents, that we've got less than 10 minutes on this. But I will not go forth here past this moment, as we're still recording, without noting the figure on the tree is a nod to the always present Muller there, and it's always worthy of note to see that little tribute and homage there to your late brother there, Ash. It's awesome to see. It really is. The graphics are spot on, in my opinion. In an ever-changing world of fashions and trends, I'm sure it will be a timeless classic there. Just out of interest, what is the top sheet made of there, Sonnie?
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass. Excellent. So we're looking at a nice durable product there. It appears my connection is still a little unstable, as everybody else seems to have frozen. But you are still there, Sonnie. Well, look, gents, as I say, we have got less than probably about 5 minutes left. So, look, if we look to tie this up now and hope that the connection gets better for the last minute or two. But thank you very much for your time, gents.
No worries.
Yeah, thanks for having us back on.
I can't wait to get my hands on a board, and I look forward to seeing you all riding one in the very near future.
Oh, you definitely will.
I
can't wait to hear everybody's feedback on the deck when they've ridden it. That's what I'm really excited for. I think people, I mean, we're not just bigging this up as a new deck. It is really good.
You're all back a little bit, although a little bit jaded. It's worth noting, I believe that there are plans for a little post-Christmas ride up Cleve. I don't know what's been put out there yet, but I hope I'm not too much of a spoiler there. But yeah, I will hopefully have mine by then and set up, and we'll be riding it up there, hopefully. 28th of December, going to try and get a little mini kind of gathering together. By the time this comes out, it'll probably be announced anyway with a little video. Okay. Well, keep me posted on that, and I'll make sure to stall the the edit and production.
Quick shameless plug to keep the hype going. Got new trucks coming, which I'm very, very excited about. We've got another new board coming.
What?
which I'm very, very excited about. And we've got new bindings in the hopefully not too distant future, but that's going to take a little while. So yeah, the hype's still going. Trampa's back.
On it.
Yeah,
You're on it.
Oh man! Oh, you just cock teased me right at the end there.
Oh well, we'll have to do another one, won't we, Dan?
Gents, you guys are always welcome on the show. Hit me up anytime. Maybe this is a new little move to the future. We can do like the odd little news roundup moving forward. If you know Slogs was not able to be with us tonight, unfortunately, due to circumstances out of all of our controls.
I didn't even notice he wasn't here, to be honest.
Well, there you go. There you go. So maybe I can do the odd episode and just invite different people on every week or two and just chat about the news and what's been coming out. So perfect opportunity for you guys to come back on and talk out the hype as and when these new releases come out.
Wait, yeah, easy.
perfect.
Great, gents. Well, I'll speak to you all very soon. Thank you again very much for your time. And for those that have stayed until the end of this, I really appreciate it as well. See you all very soon. Laters.
There it
Hey,
is.